Shalom, welcome back to the course Design of Information Systems and to the first part here on UML modeling concepts and introduction to use. We have done already a lot of things. In particular, we are discussing an example model for a social network, and the part that we are concentrating on today will be the class profile and the class subject. There's a binary relationship there's a binary association between profile and subject. The association is called interest. It's a many-to-many association, star-to-star multiplicity here. There are two role names, profile with a capital P, with a small letter P for the profile side, and subject with a small letter S on the subject side. We have seen object diagrams for the situation. That was an object diagram for friendship and posting and for commenting, and we have seen previously before an object diagram for the interest part. We have seen here the 4 profile objects, and we have seen 5 subject objects, and I have shown to you a first example of an OCL query, and that was the example we had at that time. And my aim for today is to study and to explain what is possible in OCL in a more systematic way. In particular, we will discuss what kind of operations are available in OCL. And for this, we will jump to the later part of the course, namely to the part that we have already covered. We do not need it, and so this is the part on OCL expressions, in particular on the evaluation of OCL expressions. It will come in several parts. This is part A here. We see here our object diagram with 4 profile objects with 5 subject objects. In particular, the links here belong to the association interest. That's a star-to-star association, and the star-to-star association, star, that refers to the multiplicity. Star-to-star means a profile object may be connected to subject objects or not, and a subject object may be connected to profile objects or not. In this object diagram, in this system state, we see all profile objects are connected to at least one subject object, but we have here an example. There is one subject object that is not connected to a profile object. And this object, the subject OCL, is not of interest to one of these 4 people. Okay, I will go through some features, some options in OCL, and the options that are available in OCL are always indicated here in blue, and in the black part you always see an OCL expression, an OCL query, and you also see in the second line or in further line the result of the query. So the query always starts here with the question mark, and the result then follows afterwards. So the first query that we see here, and the first option, one very important option, is when we have a class, then we want to access all objects that are currently living as objects in the class. and there's this sort of keyword all instances, so we can write down profile all instances, and in this object diagram the result will be set May, Merkel, Putin, Trump, and this expression has the type set of profile. There are two predicates testing for membership in a collection, and these tests for membership in a collection or non-membership in the collection are called includes and excludes. So includes tests for membership and excludes tests for non-membership. So when we have the set May, Merkel, Trump, and we ask whether in this set here Putin is included, so set May, Merkel, Trump includes Putin, well, this is false. On the other hand, I can build spontaneously the set consisting only of Putin, as I have built here spontaneously a set consisting of 3 elements. I can ask whether the set Putin excludes the element Trump, and yes, this is the case. So in this case, the answer will be true. By the way, I have edited here away on the use shell. The answer will be at this point false colon boolean and true colon boolean, as we have here. This is a result on the use shell. So this is the value of this expression, and this is a type of this expression. I have edited away something here. All instances includes and excludes. We have already seen the operation select in the first example that we saw already today. The select is sort of a filter operation. With the select, you have the option to name here a variable with which you iterate over the expression, the result of the expression here on the left-hand side. So with a P, we will iterate over the argument of the select, and then we have the vertical bar which separates the variable, and the select here on the right-hand side has a Boolean term which decides on whether the respective element here will be included in the result or not. And the Boolean term that is used here is p.subject includes opera. p.subject is we have here on the right hand side implicitly we have here the role name subject. I decided in the object diagram, I decided not to show the role names here. I could have shown the role names. Here we have the role name subject on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we have the role name profile. I have decided not to show it. I could have made the decision to show the role name. So this subject navigates from the profile to the collection of subjects that are connected to this profile object, and it asks whether this collection here on the left-hand side includes opera. And well, as we see here for Merkel, there is a connection to opera. To May, from May to opera there is a connection, but there are no connection to opera from Trump and no connection from Putin. So the result is set May Merkel, and again this is a set of profile that is returned here. a dual operation is a reject. The select considers the collection which is here on the left-hand side and grabs some element where this predicate here or this formula is satisfied, and the reject is dual or opposite to it. The reject considers the collection here on the left-hand side and rejects those elements for which this formula, this predicate here, is true. So the reject in this case asks whether the profile object includes hairstyle, and all profile objects which include hairstyle will be rejected. And as we see here, the hairstyle, where is the hairstyle? Here's the hairstyle. Well, who is interested in hairstyle? Well, you see the three profile objects here, but Putin is not interested in hairstyle, so the answer for this reject is a set consisting only of the Putin element. That was the select and the reject. We have other options inside the select that can be used. That is the size, that is the is empty, and that is the not empty. The size calculates the number of elements that sit in a collection. The is empty answers the question whether the collection is empty. So when the collection is empty, it returns true. And the opposite is the operation not empty. When not empty yields true, well, the collection is not empty. So I'm asking here in this query, again, profile all instance, select those profiles P, where P.subject, that is, again, we are navigating from the profile to the connected subjects. And I'm asking here whether the collection of subjects has exactly the size 3. Well, and again, there are two profile objects, May and Merkel, which have 3 interests, and thus the answer in this case here is 3. For the 3 is a set of May and Merkel. We have started here always with the class profile. We can also start here on the class subject, and I'm asking here subject all instances, select those where the s.profile has the size 0. So I'm asking which are the profile objects which are the subject objects where no profile object is interested in. And as you see here, there's exactly one subject where no profile object is interested in. So OCL is not of interest to one of these 4 profiles here. We could formulate this query instead of formulating inside here the expression size is equal to 0. We could ask here whether s.profile is empty, and we would get the same result. So as the OCL subject is the only subject object that is not connected to a profile object and which has an empty set of connected profile objects. To show an example for the not empty subject, all instances select S, where S.profile is not empty. So which are the subjects which have at least one profile object who shows interest in them? Yeah, you see hairstyle, horses, opera, and shoes. That's the answer that is stated here in this case.